We have done it. Every quest done, every quest done. Me? Me. Oh, we haven't done it because we have to figure out Shun, who is over there. Must avoid story progress as much as possible. Click. Go, 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 go. Oop. Is this a good way? And that's over here. Convince Shun to go back to Whitechapel. Why did I have to sleep first? That's weird, right? Like, she was already there, and clearly not in Whitechapel. So I could have convinced her then, but I had to leave and, like, sleep for some reason. Oh, right. Damage over time zone. Oh, wow, this weapon looks pretty different. I got a lot of skills to keep track of now. Freeze! Yeah. I can freeze him on my damage over time zone. To just keep sapping. Ow. That was very rude, sir. Is somebody fighting me right now? Oh, there he is. How you doing, buddy? I have so many toys to play with. All 4 slots are filled in. So left bumper is heal, right bumper is a damage over time thing that fills my blood meter. Left trigger freezes my enemy, right trigger jumps at them, and both triggers at the same time causes me to prime them to explode. Hooray! This will be interesting. It encourages a different playstyle to some extent, because now my thing does damage over time relatively slowly, but can keep damaging them over time, but it kind of means that I need to either freeze them in it with my freezing power, or I need to fight in my attack, and kind of, because that makes them kind of get stuck in it. Wow. It really thought I'd want to lock onto someone really far away there. Ow. You just parried me. Having more trouble than expected getting blood because these guys actually, actually my blood's doing fine. I'm having more trouble than expected biting people. Because I can't bite them because they keep dying too fast because my weapon's so strong. But my new AoE effect actually gets me blood pretty decently, it seems. Can I... Near lie the remains of Claycox. 1918. So this game takes place in 1918. There's a reminder. That's a character who has died. So when I visit this graveyard, there will be a new grave for each character that dies during my playthrough, it looks like. See more fish burn. Interesting. I wonder if each community is potentially in each of these spots. But these graves were already here before these characters died, so that's kind of weird. I'm just gonna steal that from that guy's grave. Because I'm a good person who does good things, obviously. That's a detail, though. That the people that die actually get added to this place if you come here, like, a day after they die.
Are you alright, Miss Shun?
My name is Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Shun. Are you alright?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
I've seen many deaths in my life, and we all grieve in our own way. Some stay silent, or need to shout. Others need company. and some just can't stand it.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reid. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Tell me how your husband died, Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
But you're not dead. There is a difference between visiting the dead and staying with them.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reid.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reid. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reid.
Thank you for your company, Shun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
He's like one of the most single, like not concerning characters in the game, where there's like no reason to want to kill her. So watch her go back there and just be like some kind of horrible mass murderer that makes like blood effigies out of babies or something. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Stella, how do you keep getting sick, Stella? Stop it. I'm trying to make you guys not sick and you keep getting sick again. You have one job, which is don't do that. I don't have any more quests now, right? Besides this vague one that I think doesn't show up on the map, or does it? It does, and it shows up right there, apparently. Okay, then, we'll poke around. Is that the Braille guy? That's the one I searched before? Yeah. Tombstone. Huh. I thought tombstone was one word. I've always seen it written as one word. Leave me alone. I don't want to fight you guys non-stop all the time. Frankly, there's just not that much variety in the combat. Although I'm getting more and more toys. But continually fighting more random dudes. Not in a hurry to do that. This is not it. How do I get there? A strange path through the back corner, it would seem. Oh.
It's locked.
Don't have that. If I hug the left wall, I should find my way in, I think. It's a kind of an awkward path. This is where we went to witness the funeral. Can't open this yet, can I? We can, but it's a dead end? Oh. Never been here yet, I don't think. Weird how there's like a wreckage at the cemetery. Oh. It seems that going up here may be a tad pointless. At least for now. Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Why don't you stay put? Maybe I was mispressing something, or maybe the damage over time effect disrupts their being stuck in place effect. Could be. Somewhere around here. Quarantine. Don't care about that. Oopsie. Hey there. How you doing? Oh god, he's got assists. Okay. That's causing some effects. Ow. Can't even see what's happening. Man, I can just kind of keep this damage zone up, can't I? Ow. Let's watch that heal. Is it a big one? Oh, it just keeps going. Neat. Yeah, my heals are getting strong. So somewhere around here, there should be a guy that wears Reid's braille. I almost said speaks. Ah, probably upstairs. Oh.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in. Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
A voice never lies? Well, you know what they say about blind people, they're the easiest to steal from. Jesus. Loretta's letter. My dear brother, this is an apology letter you'll never read. So, for you've lost your sight because of me. I know you hate me for what I did, even if you never say so. We don't talk much in the Swansborough family, do we? So, to clear my conscience, this is my bravest gesture towards you, to write you this letter, and to leave it in your laboratory. If you ever find it and ask about it, I'll read it to you. If someone else reads it, well, as I wrote above, this is my bravest gesture. So, Mason, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did and for the hell that you've been thrown into. I'm sorry you're now a blind man trying to find meaning in your useless life. If I could change one thing, only one thing in my miserable life, it would be what happened 1 year ago. I swear it, Mason. If I could give my eyes for you to see again, I would. But it does not work that way, does it? So please, my brother, forgive me. Loretta. Wasn't a way to have an apology.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
I'm going to write an apology to somebody who can't read and never tell them that it's there, and then on the off chance they happen to find it and identify it as a letter that I wrote and ask me about it, then I'll read it to them. That's,
it's locked.
very cowardly. It's pretty much guaranteed to never be answered. Never mind that I'm currently robbing a blind man. Vampires feed on your soul. Vampires drink our blood, but they feed on our soul. How could we believe that any man or woman killed by these foul creatures, bitten by their filthy mouths, could then be accepted into heaven? No. Their bodies have been defiled, and their souls have been corrupted. Their place is now in hell, with the legions of blood-sucking demons. Vampires feed on our souls. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly.
You see the world these days.
How do you see the world these days? I think it asks a blind man. Pointed language there.
So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reid? The eminent surgeon? My God. I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel worse than usual. Can you give me something?
Yes. I can give you a little something that has been proven effective.
Thank you, Doctor.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't know who she is.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reid. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Well, that just came out and just immediately exposed exactly what I was wondering about her. Is that it's just blatantly fraud. On top of not giving them medical treatment, she's taking their money too. And this is all while this place is all messed up because the actual, like, the local medical area has been wiped out. And so now more people will flock to her for a fake elixir.
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time, but I'm just not ready to forgive her.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reid.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Well, now.
How do you see the world these days?
Interesting. So he can read the cure for blindness, and it really does sound like it is supposed to be a cure for blindness. It's not just a horrible joke. Also, this guy, he says, they talk about the, God, there's blood everywhere, by the way, just everywhere. Like, every fucking apartment is boarded up and a mess. Like, the idea that anyone's even outside pretending society exists anymore is so weird when things are so fucked. There's a pile of burning bodies. Decapitated heads. There's just pools of blood everywhere you go. Like, it's really alarming. I don't know how anyone in this city pretends that it's even a city anymore, where anything can be okay ever. Alright, well, I do not have, 3, I don't have 3 or 4. We only have 2 of the pages of the cure for blindness, so that'll be harder, I assume. I assume the map's not gonna tell me where they are, right? Nope, I just have to find them mysteriously. Good luck! So at that point, we're definitely just going back to the main story then. And that's gonna be a bit of a trek. Let's check the map a few times as I go. Ah. And the city's gonna fight me along the way. Should I go into Whitechapel? Let's go to Whitechapel.
Best turn around if I were you.
I would like to confront, Fraud Lady for being a fraud. I wonder if she's gonna try to go for sympathy, being all like, I do it to raise money for experimental treatments to cure my brother's blindness, which I caused.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
Can't just look the other way this week, Joe. Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, but...
Don't I know secrets about you guys now? Richard Nethercott. This is Joe and Barrett. I know I'll hold his secrets, but he's really hard to kill. We're high up on Hsiao soon, but I don't want to do anything to her, really. I'm missing a secret on Loretta. But my excitement. Richard Nethercott. Right.
You pay one way or another. Please, Joe.
Richard's just up here in the graveyard, right? I've hit the point now where I've explored a whole new map, so now I'm trying to remember the characters from the previous map, and it's a bit harder to keep all these names straight at once. Game has a large cast. Richard was here last time, right?
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something, but I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health, but I appreciate your concern, sir.
I swear that he's just modeled after Willem Dafoe. Also, he's my first return customer. Or not really customer, but he's the first person I've doubled up on. Where I've had to treat them twice.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
He got re-sick. Oh, she's gone. Was she putting... Oh, she's picking flowers. I thought she was putting them at a grave. But she was picking them up. She'll never speak to me, right?
Hello again, miss. Tell me, Camellia, how are things now the dispensary is closed? Very well. Goodbye, then.
I'm curious about whether or not her status as a Mesmerize 5 target means that she's going to suddenly become important later in the story. Similarly, I wonder if that'll be the case with the religious figure. Where is she who sells people fraud? I actually don't remember. She wasn't in the main square. She's kind of like on an outskirts somewhere, right? Which makes her harder to find. Oh, that wasn't unlocked before? That's just combat. I'm fairly sure she's one of those people that's out kind of in a different spot, kind of like the father and son were. Although I think they've moved too. So they have a morning routine of meeting up with each other, but that's not relevant to me because I can never be here in the morning. Darius, you've moved.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
I regret it too. I wish she'd continued working at the Pembroke Hospital. She was a good nurse.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. And then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
What happened is the game just lied to me about what the option was, didn't explain at all what any of it was going to do, and framed it like it was a way more reasonable thing than it actually was, and then catastrophic outcomes happened, which it tried to do again slightly later.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nithercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Yep, now we're in the rough territory where the game's laying into me for a thing I didn't even want to do in the first place.